Hello, welcome back. Today we are to deal with the topic density of population. Now, in the previous lesson, we have covered the topics of population distribution. If you want to see that video, you can access my channel. So, let us start. Now, children, before we start with the concept of density of population, do you understand or do you have any density all about? In simple terms, if I explain, density is all about how dense a particular thing is. Okay, so in terms of connectivity with population, density means how many number of. Okay, that's simple as that. So let us start with the concept of density. Now see, every land area has very limited amount of capacity to support the number of people living in that area. If I say it very simply, density of population refers to the ratio of total population of a country to total geographical area. You may have heard about what is ratio. Total population is to total area of a particular country. Or very simply, if I define the density of population, it is the number of people or number of persons living per square kilometer. देखो कहने का मतलब ये है कि एक एरिया ले लो, let's take a unit of land. Okay, you know that area is expressed in square kilometer. Okay, so let us take this particular area and let us name it x. ठीक है, now इस area x area में कितने लोग रह रहे हैं, how many number of people are living in this particular area, that is known as density. Isn't it simple? Okay, take a unit of land, the number of people living in that area, that is known as density of population. Okay, so very simple, it is the ratio of total population of a country to total geographical area. In other words, it is the number of people living or number of persons per square kilometer. Now, how can we calculate? Suppose you want to know the density of any area, how can it be calculated? It can be calculated by dividing the total population by total geographical area, what I told you right now. Okay, it is also known as arithmetic density. Now ये जो density को हम लोग arithmetic density भी बोलते हैं. Which one? Ratio of total population to total geographical area. Now remember, density of population, it is expressed or measured in terms measured in persons per square kilometer. Now remember children, when you are expressing anything, we use unit. For example, when you want to know the temperature, you denote a unit to that is degree centigrade or degree Fahrenheit. Similarly, अगर तुम्हें वेट जानना हो तो हम क्या करते हैं, वेट को भी एक्सप्रेस करते हैं यूनिट्स में, जैसे कि केजी. सिमिलरली किसी भी एरिया, किसी भी कंट्री, किसी भी रीजन का डेंसिटी हम लोग एक्सप्रेस करते हैं या मेज़र करते हैं किस यूनिट में, persons per square kilometer. This means how many number of people are living per square kilometer. Alright, so now we have a formula to calculate the density of population. The formula is density of population is equal to population divided by area or total population divided by total area. Okay, suppose you want to know the density of any region, if you know the population of that area and if you know the area of that area, then you can easily calculate the density of population. Now here, for your more clear and vivid understanding, I have placed an example to make things very clear. See, suppose the total population of town X is 1,50,000 and the area is 100 square kilometer, then what will be the density of that region? So, if we put into solution, density is equal to population divided by area. Now, if you see, what is the population given in the question? It is 1,50,000. What is the area of town X? It's 100. So, if you cut the two zeros out here, what will you get? The remaining is 1,500. Now, see, whenever मैंने जैसे बताया कि डेंसिटी को हम लोग यूनिट में एक्सप्रेस करते हैं, जिसका यूनिट है पर्सन्स पर स्क्वायर किलोमीटर. सो whenever you are calculating the density of any region, you need to write the unit. Do not forget to write that. Even in your answers, just write whatever the unit is. So here the answer has come to 1500 persons per square kilometer. इसका मीनिंग क्या है, पर स्क्वायर किलोमीटर में कितने लोग रह रहे, अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 1500 per square kilometer or per unit of land. Okay, so now you understood the density of population. Now your task will be to find out the average density of the world population का कितना density है, you will find it out. I hope you all have understood this point. So let us move on to the next concept. Okay, now see, this is very important in context of your syllabus. The heading says spatial distribution of density. Now I have already told you all what is the meaning of spatial. Spatial means space. So whenever we are talking about density, जब हम लोग density, population distribution या density पढ़ते हैं, तो it's very important that geographical point of view से पढ़ें. हम पढ़ेंगे कि वो population density and distribution कैसे throughout the world distributed है. Okay, so remember when you're talking about spatial distribution, याद रखना that the world population density is also highly uneven. Like in the previous lesson I told you that the world distribution of population is highly uneven. Similarly, the world distribution of density of population is also very highly uneven. And what I'm trying to say is that some areas they have very thick number of people or more number of people living in that area, whereas on the other hand you will find areas which have huge number of people living in per unit of land. Okay, so see now, here I have placed a density map. So on the basis of that हमारे दुनिया, the world can be divided into various density zones. ठीक है, हम लोग density zones में उनको बांट सकते हैं. So on an average we can divide the entire world into 3 density zones. The first is known as high density, second is known as medium density zone, third is known as low density zones. Okay, so high, medium and low density zones. Alright, so you understood. Okay, now high density zone means those areas which have more number of people living in that particular area. Okay, they have lots of people living in that particular area. Medium means medium, okay, and low means less number of people. So now see, let's deal with the first one, that is high density of population or high density zones. Now under the high density zones, the density of population is more than 200 persons per square kilometer. ठीक है, मीडियम डेंसिटी जोन में आता है 11 to 50 persons per square kilometer, means 11 to 50 persons live in that medium density zones. Then we have the low density zone. Now in the low density zones we have less than 10 persons per square kilometer living in this particular 3 zones. Alright, now you may also be interested कि ये high density, medium density और low density regions में कौन से areas आते हैं. So चलो देखते हैं मैप के थ्रू. देखो, सबसे पहला high density zones. Can you see the black darkest color on the map? Okay, so these areas are your high density zones, means more number of people live in this area. So now under the high density zones, first region we have is Southeast Asian countries, South and Southeast Asian countries. Under those Southeast and Asian countries we have India, China, as you are able to see it up here. Okay, we are covering some areas of Myanmar, etc., Thailand, etc. These Southeast Asian countries, they have thick density of population, more than 200 persons per square kilometer. ठीक है, similarly इस साइड पे आओ तो we have northwestern part of Europe which has very thick density of population. If you are able to see the black spots out here, okay, we have the countries of Ukraine, even London, etc., which have very thick high density of population. Okay, then the third region which comes under the high density zone is your northeastern part of USA. Did you see this? Okay, so northeastern part of USA have very thick density of population. So under the high density we have Southeast Asian countries, some parts or northwestern part of Europe and northeastern part of USA. Alright. Okay, also few portions of Africa, as you are able to see it up on the screen, has also come under your high density zones. Okay, so let us move on to the next medium density zones में चलते हैं, जहाँ पे 11 to 50 persons per square kilometer लोग रहते हैं. So under the medium density, if we able to see the light color, means little bit lighter than your dark patch, okay, these includes the areas of Western China region. Okay, these areas Western China region. Then we have South India, although here the entire thing has been shaded black, but South India also has medium density. Then we have the countries of Norway, Sweden, which comes, in fact this whole patch is coming under your medium density region. Can you see the whole patch out here is coming under the medium density region? In fact, even some parts of Europe has come under this one, okay, and also parts of your America has come under the medium density zones, in some parts of your South America. Okay, so these comes under your medium density zones. Then we have finally the low density zones with less than 10 persons per square kilometer living in that particular area. So the lightest, in fact the lightest shade, if you see the dotted portion or even this one, these all comes under your low density zones. Now see, under the low density zones में कौन से एरिया आते हैं? Those regions which are extremely hot or extremely cold. Okay, keep into mind those areas which are extremely hot and extremely cold. So what are those areas? पहला तो आ जाएगा in extremely cold areas, North Pole and South Pole. Okay, these areas, they are extremely cold areas. The extremely hot areas are your equatorial areas. Okay, extremely hot areas are your equatorial areas. If you see this, can you see this? Equatorial areas, extremely hot areas, they also comes under your low density zones. Okay, and very hot and very cold deserts like Sahara Desert, if you are able to see, okay, we have all this is a very hot desert. Okay, so this area is very comes under your low density zones. Okay, even Russia comes under your low density zone sometimes, the colder part of Russia. Okay, so jitne bhi areas hot, cold and extremely desertic areas comes under the low density zones. Now even the equatorial areas which receives high rainfall like these areas, if you are able to see, have very low density of people living in per unit of land. Okay, so this is spatial distribution of density. Now one question should come in your mind. Question क्या आना चाहिए कि क्यों population distribution and density uneven है? What are the factors? किस वजह से? What are the reasons? Okay, so next topic is all about your factors influencing population distribution and density. Okay, now see, before that, if you want to have a closer look of the density zones which I taught right now, you can read this entire slide. Okay, that's the same thing which I told you all right. Okay, now let us move on to the factors influencing the population distribution and density of population. Okay, now see, in your examination point of view, most often क्या होता है, they ask what are the factors influencing the population distribution. So when you attempt that question, the answers will be same as you see on the screen. ठीक है, अगर factors influencing density आ गया, वो भी same होता है. So factors influencing population distribution and density is the same thing. Okay, remember, same factors are there regarding population distribution and density. Now, so let us start. So the factors influencing or affecting the distribution of population and density can be categorized under three categories. Okay, three main divisions rather. First, geographical factors. Second, economic factors. Third, socio-cultural factors. Okay, so ये three major factors influence the distribution of population of any region, country, state, etc. Alright, so what we have to do is that we have to individually deal with these factors. हमें individually इन factors को देखना है और analyze करना है. So first, let us start with your geographical factors which have affected the population density and distribution of any region. Now geographical factors का मतलब anything that is related to our environment, okay, our surrounding comes under the geographical factors. Alright, so under the geographical factors, there are four important sub-factors which affects the population density and distribution. ठीक है, वो चार factors क्या क्या है, चलो देखते हैं. First, availability of water. Second, landforms or relief. Third, climate. Four, soils. Okay, so basically we have four geographical factors due to which population distribution of any region is highly uneven. It's not equal. ठीक है, so let us see. Number one, availability of water. Now logically अगर brain लगा के सोचो तो people will always prefer to live in those areas where there is high availability of water, isn't it? Okay, जिस एरिया में पानी की सुविधा या पानी की फैसिलिटी होगी वहाँ पे लोग ज़्यादा जाके सेटल डाउन होंगे. If you go back to history, if you have done the Indus Valley civilization, how did the Indus Valley civilization came about? Historical point of view से देखो तो they established, or the civilization was established along the Sindhu river, Indus river, isn't it? Because there was availability of water for all the purposes, so that is one of the ancient civilization. Now when you come back, when you see there's so much of thing that is happening in and around. The examples I've quoted out here from India, it's Ganga Valley. Now along the Ganga river, along the valleys, along the sides of Ganga river, we find thick density on distribution of population. Similarly, Wangho river of China, it's the same thing, population density is very high on this area. Irrawaddy river of Myanmar, also we find that the population density is very thick out there, because logically water is required for every purposes, either it may be domestic के लिए या industrial purpose के लिए, etc. Now I want to just quote one thing, that whenever you are attempting any question related to factors influencing or factors influencing the distribution and density of population, whenever you are writing our number one geographical factors and number one availability of water and all other factors, do not forget to quote examples. Even if क्वेश्चन में ना पूछा हो विथ सूटेबल एग्जाम्पल, स्टिल तुम्हें एग्जाम्पल्स दे के अपने आंसर्स को एक्सप्लेन करने. जैसे कि तुमने अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ वाटर लिखा और तुम लोग लिखोगे दैट पीपल प्रिफर टू लिव इन एरियाज वेयर वाटर इज अवेलेबल एंड वाटर इज रिक्वायर्ड, ऑल सॉर्ट्स ऑफ आंसर्स, देन यू विल राइट एग्जाम्पल गंगा वैली, वांगहो, इरावदी, etc. ठीक है. In every each of the factors, do not forget to put examples, because geography is nothing without all this extra input. Okay, so it makes answers interesting and readable to the person whoever is analyzing your answers. So make your answers stand out with examples and wherever required with diagrams. Okay, so let us come back to the second geographical factors. सेकेंड जोग्राफिकल फैक्टर जो अफेक्ट करता है पॉपुलेशन डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन को और डेंसिटी को, वो है लैंडफॉर्म्स और रिलीफ. नाउ लैंडफॉर्म्स और रिलीफ का मतलब क्या है, हम उसको रिलेट करते हैं टोपोग्राफी से, दैट इज प्लेन्स, माउंटेन्स एंड प्लेट्यूज. सो सिमिलरली व्हेन यू सी लैंडफॉर्म्स कैसे इफेक्ट करता है, इज दैट पीपल विल प्रिफर टू लिव इन एरिया विच हैज़ अ जेंटल स्लोप, ओके, एंड इट इज़ ईजी टू कंस्ट्रक्ट हाउसेस. जैसे कि देखो प्लेन एरियाज में तुम लोग जाओगे, पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी हाई रहता है, isn't it? Why? Because it's easy to construct houses, okay, they have a gentle slope and easy means of access to transportation and communication भी आसानी से किया जा सकता है. On the other hand, look at the mountainous, steep sided mountainous areas, you still find that the population density distribution is very low, scarce या sparse बोलते हैं, SPARSE, that is less. Why is it? I had already told you the reason. So you can quote any example from landforms or relief. मैं तुम लोग को एक local example देती हूँ. Just compare the density of population of Darjeeling and Siliguri. Siliguri being a tarai and also a plain area, you will find more number of people living in per unit land compared to Darjeeling. However, Darjeeling has evolved in terms of density, but still comparatively when you see, its population is always high in your plain areas than your mountainous areas. Here we have quoted the example of Ganga Valley being a plain area, that's why the population density is high. Now remember, when you are attempting the question of factors influencing the distribution and density of population in the world, always quote example from your world. Okay, throughout the world की examples निकाल के डाल दो. Okay, number 3, climate. Okay, क्लाइमेट कैसे अफेक्ट करता है? ऑफ कोर्स लॉजिकली सोचो, जहाँ पे एक्सट्रीम क्लाइमेट होगा, हार्श क्लाइमेट होगा या बहुत ज़्यादा गर्मी, हॉट डेजर्ट्स और वेरी कोल्ड एरियाज, यू विल फाइंड दैट द पॉपुलेशन डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन एंड डेंसिटी इज़ वेरी लो. फॉर एग्जांपल, जस्ट टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ इक्वेटोरियल एरियाज. इक्वेटोरियल रीजन्स हैव वेरी हाई एक्सट्रीम हार्श क्लाइमेट, दैट्स वाई दे हैव लो पॉपुलेशन. कि नहीं, देख लो एंटार्क्टिक एरिया और यू जस्ट गो टू द नॉर्थ पोल एंड द साउथ पोल एरियाज, extreme cold climate, people are living in less numbers. Okay, so the density is low. People always prefer to live in those areas which have a pleasant type of climate. So हिस्टोरिकल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से हम मेडिटेरेनियन रीजन को मानते हैं कि वहाँ पे बहुत अच्छा प्लेजेंट क्लाइमेट है. नाउ वेयर इज मेडिटेरेनियन रीजन? इट इज़ लोकेटेड नियर अबव द मेडिटेरेनियन सी, इन एंड अराउंड एरिया को हम लोग मेडिटेरेनियन रीजन है. यू विल फाइंड आउट इन योर एटलस वेयर इज मेडिटेरेनियन रीजन. ओके, सो this area has a very pleasant climate, okay, absolutely stunning climate, and that's why historically people have preferred to live in these areas in large numbers. Okay, now number 4 is soils. Very logical. फर्टाइल सॉइल्स, जहाँ पे फर्टाइल सॉइल हो वहाँ पे लोग जाएंगे, सेटल डाउन होंगे. वाई? बिकॉज फर्टाइल सॉइल्स आर प्रोडक्टिव एंड प्रोडक्टिव सॉइल विल लीड टू एग्रीकल्चर. ठीक है, whereas because you know most of the countries today are still dependent on agriculture and they have been supporting large number of people. Example, there are fertile soils of Java. Java is a group of islands of Indonesia where there is huge availability of fertile soils and thereby उस area में लोग ज़्यादा जाके settle down हो चुके हैं and agriculture productive है. Okay, and now if any other examples come in your mind you can quickly add it up. So these were the 4 geographical factors which has affected and is affecting the population distribution and density. Okay, now let us move on to the next factor that affects the population distribution and density. It's known as economic factors. Okay, economic factors. So under the economic factors we have 3 important factors which has affected the population distribution. This is minerals, number 2 urbanization, number 3 industrialization. Now see, first number 1 minerals. The areas which have huge deposit of minerals, जहाँ पे minerals ज़्यादा पाए जाते हैं, जैसे for example let's take mineral like coal, bauxite, gold, aluminium, iron ore, etc. which those areas having thick deposits of minerals, what will happen? They will attract industries to come and establish in that area, क्योंकि वो mineral क्या होता है, वो industries में use होता है in the production of various things. जैसे कि आयरन ओर मिनरल एरिया में आयरन एंड स्टील इंडस्ट्री इस्टेब्लिश किया जाता है विच विल हेल्प इन द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ आयरन एंड रिलेटेड स्टील प्रोडक्ट्स. सो जहाँ पे इंडस्ट्रीज इस्टेब्लिश होंगे, अब इंडस्ट्रीज में काम करने के लिए वी नीड पीपल, सो इट विल ऑफर व्हाट? एम्प्लॉयमेंट ऑफर कर रहा है. एम्प्लॉयमेंट ऑफर करने से क्या हो रहा है? माइग्रेशन हो रहा है ना. माइग्रेशन का मतलब ये होता है पीपल क्या होता है, एक प्लेस को छोड़ के दूसरे प्लेस में जाके काम करते हैं, चाहे वो टेम्परेरी बेसिस पे हो या चाहे परमानेंट बेसिस पे हो. सो इन दिस वे व्हाट विल हैपन, वहाँ पे माइग्रेशन हो रहा है और इस तरह से वहाँ का पॉपुलेशन डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन एंड डेंसिटी क्या हो रहा है? अफेक्ट हो रहा है एंड इंक्रीज हो रहा है. For example, there is a Katanga Zambia copper belt in Africa. It's very rich in copper deposits which has led to huge density, population density वहाँ पे ज़्यादा हो गया है. Okay, even if I quote an example from India, let's take the very rich mineral belts. What has happened in that area? People have attracted in terms of employment. Okay, like let's take from Jharkhand, we have the Jharia coal reserves. People are getting employed and they are moving into that area. Okay, number 2 urbanization. Now what is urbanization? Urbanization का मतलब क्या होता है? Urbanization का मतलब simple in terms क्या होता है? When cities expand, when towns grow, के टाउन्स बड़ा होना, बड़े बड़े अर्बन एरियाज आ जाना, उसको अर्बनाइजेशन बोलते हैं ना. इस अर्बन एरियाज में क्या होता है? अर्बन एरिया में अगर तुम रूरल एरिया को कंपेयर करो, जो विलेजेस होते हैं, अर्बन एरियाज यू विल फाइंड हाईली सोफिस्टिकेटेड टेक्नोलॉजी, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर मिलेगा हमें, मेडिकल फैसिलिटी मिलेगा, बेटर एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज़, कम्युनिकेशन अच्छा रहता है, एजुकेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटीज़, बिग यूनिवर्सिटीज़, कॉलेजेस रहते हैं. सो जहाँ पे बेटर अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ मिलेगा लोग वहाँ पे माइग्रेट करेंगे. ओके, एज माइग्रेशन होगा तो वहाँ पे क्या होगा? अर्बन एरियाज का पॉपुलेशन विल स्टार्ट ग्रोइंग, इट विल स्टार्ट एक्सपैंडिंग एंड देयरबाय द डेंसिटी एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन विल ऑल्सो ग्रो. Okay, examples of various urban cities, like let's take an example from India only. Mumbai, जाते हैं मुंबई में लोग काम करने के लिए या एजुकेशन पर्पस के लिए. दिल्ली, टेक एग्जाम्पल फ्रॉम जापान, टोक्यो. ओके, टेक एग्जाम्पल फ्रॉम ऑल दिस एरियाज लाइक संघाई. टेक एग्जाम्पल फ्रॉम द एरियाज लाइक वी हैव न्यूयॉर्क. Okay, these all are your urbanized areas where people are getting attracted. Number 3 is your industrialization. Simple, industrialization means expansion of industrial belts. वहाँ पे industrial belt establish होता है. अब याद ध्यान में रखना, industrial belts का मतलब ये नहीं कि इंडस्ट्री ही जहाँ पे प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है, ऐसा नहीं, ठीक है। इंडस्ट्रियल बेल्ट वो भी एरियाज़ होते हैं जहाँ पे बैंकिंग फैसिलिटी इम्प्रूव हो जाए, सर्विसेज आ जाए, आईआईटी कंपनीज आ जाए, मल्टीनेशनल कंपनीज ऑपरेट करता हो, उसको भी हम लोग इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन बोलते हैं। सो ये इंडस्ट्रियल बेल्ट क्या कर रहा है, हमें एम्प्लॉयमेंट ऑफर कर रहा है। Similarly, bank is employing employees out there. Okay, we are providing services out there. So these all again will lead to employment and thereby वहाँ पे लोग जाएंगे and population distribution and density क्या होगा, high होगा. Example has been given of here of Japan. There is an industrial belt in Japan known as Kobe Osaka region. Why is this region famous for now? दिस रीजन इज़ एन इंडस्ट्रियल बेल्ट. ये रीजन क्या है, एक इंडस्ट्रियल बेल्ट है जहाँ पे लोग अट्रैक्ट हुए हैं एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ के लिए एंड देयर बाय वहाँ का पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी ज़्यादा हो गया. नाउ आई कैन डिस्कस दिस कोबे ओसाका रीजन सेपरेटली इफ़ यू वांट मी टू इन अ सेपरेट topic. All right, why has the Kobe or why is Kobe Osaka region very important in terms of your density of population? Okay, so we will discuss it in the other topic. All right, so I hope you all have understood through this. I hope you all have understood this topic. So let us move on to the next final factors which affects the population density and distribution. इसको हम लोग बोलते हैं सोशियो कल्चरल फैक्टर्स और सोशल कल्चरल फैक्टर्स भी बोल सकते हैं. नाउ अंडर द सोशियो कल्चरल फैक्टर्स, ओके, वी कैन दे आर नंबर मल्टीपल ऑफ फैक्टर्स. बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स हैं जो हम उसको टुगेदर कंबाइन भी कर सकते हैं, लेकिन यहाँ पे मैंने 3 बॉक्सेस बनाए हुए हैं. सो इट कैन बी समराइज्ड एज, you can take as cultural or social here also. Okay, cultural, here it is religious, second is religious factors. Okay, third we have political factors. So cultural, religious, political factors को हम लोग एक साथ ही सोशो कल्चरल फैक्टर्स में डाल सकते हैं. Now see first one, cultural factors. It's all about the society. Okay, now the areas where combined families live. कंबाइंड फैमिलीज मीन जॉइंट फैमिलीज जिस एरिया में ज़्यादा है तो ऑटोमेटिकली सोसाइटी में लोग ज़्यादा बढ़ेंगे एंड इट विल लीड टू ह्यूज डेंसिटी ऑफ पॉपुलेशन. सेकेंड, पॉलीगैमी. व्हाट इज़ पॉलीगैमी? व्हेन यू मैरी मोर नंबर ऑफ when you have more than 1 or 2 wives or husbands, whatever we say, it's polygamy. Okay, when you're marrying more than 1, 2, 3, 4, how many? Polygamy से क्या होगा, when more number of people get married there will be more reproduction. Okay, reproduction मतलब ज़्यादा population increase. Okay, one more thing, there is a tradition in most of the societies to have a son. Okay, सबको एक लड़का चाहिए. So what will happen, in the desire to have a male child they will keep on reproducing and thereby the population density is increasing. What is happening to country like India and other areas? What is the thing? Quest for a son. Okay, that's why we have huge density. It's not only because of that factor, I'm just saying that it's also because of the desire for having a son. Okay, population density increase हो रहा है. Similarly, cultural significance. किसी किसी एरिया में ऐसा होता है कि that area is very famous for its culture. Okay, the way it inhabits its food or the tradition or the dress or the attire, उस एरिया में भी historical point of view से देखा जाए तो cultural significance ज़्यादा पाया जाता है. Alright, so people are found in large number in the areas which are very famous for their culture. Okay, now second is religious factor. Now religious factor also has affected the population density. Now for example, what was happening is that during the Second World War, Jews, JEWS, they were a group of religious people. They had to leave the European countries and they settled down in an area to the adjoining country known as Israel. So ये भी एक religious factors के वजह से भी क्या हुआ है, population density को affect हुआ है. Jews क्या हुए, सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर के टाइम में वो लोग यूरोपियन कंट्रीज छोड़ के इज़राइल में जाके सेटल डाउन हो गए. अब इज़राइल अर्लियर एक डेजर्ट एरिया था, बट हावेवर रिलीजियस फैक्टर की वजह से या कुछ कारणों की वजह से क्या हुआ, वहाँ पे लोग सेटल डाउन होने लगे. Now third is your political factors. Now sometimes political factors के वजह से भी population distribution and density effect होता है. जैसे कि sometimes क्या करता है, गवर्नमेंट तुम्हें इंसेंटिव देता है कि तुम एक एरिया को छोड़ के दूसरे एरिया में जाके माइग्रेट कर दो. ओके। और कभी कभी तुम गवर्नमेंट गिव्स इंसेंटिव्स टू लिव इन एरियाज जहाँ पे लेस पॉपुलेशन है, ठीक है, लेस डेवलपमेंट है, वहाँ पे भी जाके पीपल समटाइम गवर्नमेंट समटाइम्स इंसेंटिव देता है, ठीक है। और कभी कभी ज़्यादा क्राउडली हो जाने से भी government offers incentives to make people move out of that densely populated areas. So political factors, political decisions के वजह से भी कभी कभी population distribution and density effect हो जाता है। जिस एरिया से लोग जा रहे हैं वहाँ पे population कम एरिया, जिस एरिया में सपोज लेट्स से वो एरिया में बहुत ज़्यादा कम population था, लेकिन गवर्नमेंट इंसेंटिव्स के वजह से पीपल वहाँ पे सेटल डाउन होने लगे, एंड देयर बाय क्या हुआ, population धीरे धीरे एक्सपैंड होने लगता है, ठीक है। समटाइम्स इवन वॉर होता है ना, वॉर के कारण भी बहुत सारे लोग माइग्रेट करके जाते हैं एंड सेटल डाउन हो जाते हैं। फॉर एग्जाम्पल व्हाट हैपेंड इन सीरिया, ड्यू टू दैट वॉर पीपल माइग्रेटेड इन लार्ज नंबर टू द यूरोपियन कंट्रीज, एंड यूरोपियन कंट्रीज का पॉपुलेशन डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन एंड डेंसिटी इफेक्ट हुआ, पॉपुलेशन बढ़ गया, ठीक है। माइग्रेशन, वॉर, ऑल दिस कम्स अंडर योर पॉलिटिकल फैक्टर्स विच विल अफेक्ट द पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी एंड distribution. So I hope you all have understood these geographical, your economic and your socio-political factors which will affect the population or which has affected the population distribution and density. Okay, so this is how the entire spatial distribution concept operates. All right, so in the next coming chapters we are going to discuss how is the population changing, or the topic of population change and growth will be covered. Okay, up till now